Damn it, I can't make an 8-ball because there's no black pieces. This is Bloxels. Now, ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted this because, I don't know, VAT19 made like 3 videos about it. Yeah. I never actually knew I was like using this thing. Now, if you don't know what this thing is, because, to be honest, I severely doubt you do, this is just like a little thing. It's an app you can download on your phone, and that app doesn't require, but it uses this board. And what you're supposed to do is like place blocks and stuff on it, you know, and pretty much you make your own sprites, make your own levels, stuff like that. That's what this little toy is. Now, of course, it requires an app.
And the app still exists, so why don't we go to the App Store and click Create and...
Why can't anything go my fucking way?
So the app that is currently on the App Store needs a monthly subscription, and on their official website, since this is an older kit, it doesn't have an activation code, because the app used to be free.
Maybe they thought it would be a more modern way, so you don't need the board to play it.
Oh, modern my ass.
The original app didn't require the board, so you could just draw what you want.
Well, maybe they thought since we stopped making boards for it, why would we make people buy something that isn't required?
You know, that's funny because they still make boards. One that comes with an activation code and one that fucking doesn't. And this one was made before 2018, so it doesn't.
And the one that doesn't is on VAT19. And VAT19 just links you to Amazon, and Amazon doesn't warn you that the app requires a subscription or that there's a newer board that has an activation code so you don't have to purchase an account.
So, how did I get past this? Did I purchase an account? No. I just downloaded a fucking APK of the old version. Because if the box says it's free, then it's fucking free.
Did you have fun?
I would have probably played this like twice as a kid, and then went back to like Sploder or something.
So, this app has a learning curve, on the lines of like Scratch and Sploder, and it can get complicated pretty fast if you don't know what you're doing, like here where I got confused on how to even change my character to the one that I made. And of course, there's the whole gimmick of using the board, which barely works if there's any glare whatsoever, and this is just a piece of plastic, so there's glare. And it shows up as white blocks, and that sucks because it asked me to scan my board, so, which means if it isn't perfect, it doesn't scan, and you don't get your gems or whatever.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think it was required scanning the board at the beginning. I could have probably just skipped that entire process if I wanted to.
And of course, with this being an app, there's going to be funny little quirks that are annoying to deal with. Like, just trying to replace one block is kind of a chore because you have to hit the very specific tile, and zooming in doesn't help all that much. And again, the board isn't required to play, and just trying to scan the board is a giant pain in the ass. And if you're just going to use this as a game maker, why don't you use something else?
Like I've said, there's way better options than this. I mean, it's good for beginners, but do you know what else is good for beginners? Mario Maker, Scratch, fucking Roblox. And these are all pretty much just drag and drop programs, but this is for phones, not for, you know, computers or consoles or whatever. But do you know what else was also on phones?
Draw Your Game, which is a way better app for making your own games than this piece of shit is. Of course, you can't really customize your characters, but this didn't need a stupid board or stupidly precise tapping. All this needed was a piece of paper and a few color pens. Now, this game did kind of have the same fate as Bloxels getting an update, but that doesn't require you to pay just to make your own levels.
Now, both of these games are stupidly simple to use. But here's the thing, Draw Your Game doesn't require you to pay to use the main function of the fucking app, while Bloxels does, unless you want to hunt for an old APK of the game, but let's be for real, most parents aren't going to do that.
You only really talked about making a game, but what about the game itself?
You know, there's a very simple reason for that. It's because there isn't much game to this fucking thing.
The game is just your run-of-the-mill platformer. Pretty much, you have your water, your lava, your power-ups, enemies, all that jazz. And Bloxels has a way more variety of stuff you can do versus Draw Your Game, where only 4 colors are supported compared to the Bloxels 8.
So you get Draw Your Game if you just want to make stupidly simple platformer games that doesn't require buying a giant board for, while you get Bloxels for that autistic kid that refuses to play with anything that doesn't include blocks. With, of course, the added bonus that it's physical. They like playing with things.
But again, with its countless gaining issues, because oops, your light bulb is a little too bright, you might as well just completely skip the board and draw with the app.
So overall, it's not really worth it to buy this thing. Maybe back in 2015, but nowadays, might as well just skip it and get your kids like Roblox or fuck, even just buy Minecraft for them.